Hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and some people had asked to see my class setups for League play, so I will show them to you here. And we'll start off with CTF. First class here is a Scorpion Evo, which I run a laser sight and extended clip on. And oh my god, it's not a clip, it's a magazine, don't you know? And I go lightweight, toughness, extreme conditioning, and tac mask. And I've recently switched from using Simtex to lethal frags, so I tend to get more kills with the lethal grenades over Simtex, just because it seems like there's a built-in heat-seeking homing device in the frags over the Simtex. So I tend to get more kills with them. And I run smoke on most of my classes just to smoke the flags or smoke lines of sight where the enemies might be covering some points. And next class, this is more of like a defensive class. I'm normally running flags in CTF, but if we get a lead or something and we're just trying to hold our flag down and defend it, I run an M8A1 and I got stock and reflex on it. I guess I don't really need lightweight. I could probably adjust that. Like, none of these classes are really set in stone. So I could probably go flak jacket here and maybe a secondary if someone gets up close to lethal. Something like that. That could be good for holding down a flag. And, or even go primary gunfighter on my M8A1 instead of this. And just have like quick draw on there. So that could be good. And oh my god, don't have a camo on it or an emblem. And I bought most of the recent camos too. And I think Aqua is my personal favorite, but it's really bright, so I don't really run it in League play that much. I like some of the darker ones to try to be more camouflaged. Alright, and next I got an MP7. In most of these I'm running laser sight and extended clip on just because I want to be able to hip fire as fast as possible, but I do have dexterity in case I do want to ADS. I want to ADS fast, hip fire. I want to be able to kill people as I'm running with the flag, or be able to run people down and nade them with the lethal. And I got concussion. Just try to stun people. A lot of people run tac mask though, so I do have tac mask class. I'll usually do dexterity at first, and if people are stunning or flashing, then I'll switch to a attack mask class. And I have two separate MSMCs, just depending on the situation. So I have a dexterity on one and tac mask on the other, and that's just depending if people are stunning and fragging and stuff like that. But MSMC is probably my most used, but sometimes if you just need a lag buster, the Scorpion Evo could be a good lag buster. If you don't have a really good connection, you can end up winning more gunfights up close with a Scorpion over an MSMC. Alright, so on to the next one. Search and Destroy. Um, this is probably the class that I would use the most, and I do adjust it slightly. Like before, I was running no primary gunfighter, and might have like a stun and a Simtex on there, or stun and a frag, just to get people off the spawn that are rushing certain points. But someone recommended I run stock on it in one of my previous videos, and I do like stock, but I don't really find it as a must-have for me. It's good though. I enjoy using it, and I'm gonna keep it on my class for a while. But a lot of people like need stock more than they need anything else on the gun, but not really for me. It's optional. And here's another class that I was just trying to experiment with the silencer in League play. Some people are like, you don't need a silencer in League play, but I find that I could get up and sneak up on people without people hearing my gun, and especially if I'm running flank routes and flank behind the enemy team, you could take more of them out if you're running a silencer. And I do run Dead Silence on just about every single one of my search classes except for this one. This one's just kind of a balls to the wall, run all out and try to get them all on the spawn. And this is another funny one. This is the one of the ones I did in the kill all the things with the silenced KSG. It can be good with the laser sight, and it's just stealthy. And if you can get up behind the enemies, you can take a lot of people out with the KSG. And I run a primary gunfighter with a DSR. I mainly use that for like spawn sniping. I don't usually snipe like the whole round of search. I'll just know where certain routes are where people are going to be running and run up to a spot and see if I can catch someone running through one of those hot spots and pick people off like in the first 10-15 seconds of the game, and if not, then I'll usually switch to my other one. And I have another class with the Scorpion Evo, which is pretty much the same thing. But primarily, I'll use an M8A1 in search, or an MSMC, but mostly an M8A1. Alright, going on to hardpoints. MSMC, pretty much I use almost all the time. Unless I have a bad connection, then I might switch to a Scorpion. Or if I'm, I don't know, trying to play Anchor, I'll run an M8. And run Flak Jacket on all these classes, just so people can't nade you off the hard points or throw nades in church. Flak Jacket saves my butt a lot, and I think it's a must-have. Flak Jacket's a must-have for hard point, and I think that and Dead Silence I think is pretty much a must-have for Search and Destroy. If you're playing against a good team, they're going to sound whore you. And lightweight and extreme conditioning is a must-have for CTF for me if you're going to be a flag runner. So that's like the must-haves for me. Anything else you can kind of play around with and see what works best for you as far as the guns and attachments go. But these are the guns that you're primarily going to see in league play because they are proven to be the better ones. And a lot of people don't use the AN94 anymore, but I still like it. It did get patched a little bit, and you might not win as many gunfights against the M8A1, but if you're playing against a bunch of people that are running SMGs, the AN94 is still going to be a really good, MSMCs. AN94 is going to go good against SMGs at range. And I just have one class with an EMP here, just in case someone gets like a sentry gun or something, but mostly I run a grenade to get people off the hard point, and then run trophy system to keep people from nading me off the hard point. And that is pretty much my setups. If you guys have other setups that you think are like beast setups that I should try out, I am definitely open to suggestions. None of these are really set in stone, but this is what I've been using the most lately, and I've been doing okay with it. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave any comments, recommendations down in the comments. And I will talk to you later.